Hello, this is my short Blender tutorial I will be doing, and this video I'll be doing part of making a donut. Today I'll be focusing more on the shape of the donut than anything else, so the color of the donut I will do later in a different video most likely. But right now, let's go ahead and start off. So before you really do anything, if you want, because I believe the Blender default for selecting is right click. So I've already changed mine to left click, and right click brings up this menu. But if you haven't, all you need to do is go up to this edit tab, go down to preferences, and then go over here to key map, where you can select with left. So if you wish to do that, or if you want to have it select right, you can, whichever one is fine. So now that you have that set up, selecting is left mouse. You can select the different things, and right brings up this menu. How you look around like this, you hold down middle mouse, then you move the mouse, and you can move your camera. So that's kind of basic of the movement that you can do with Blender and all that. So right now we're going to get rid of this box by hitting X. That brings up this delete prompt, which yes. And at the moment right now, you go up here, this collection, you go ahead and hit this I button and it'll hide it so that gets it out of our view. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up a new shape, which you bring up a new shape by holding Shift A, and then that brings up this menu. And we're going to go into Mesh all the way down to Torus. So then that will give us this shape. Now before you click onto anything else, there's one important thing, which is this menu. This menu will only be here before you do anything else. So if you click off and click on, it's gone. So make sure before you do anything, you want to mess with this menu. Which these segments you can do, changes how many of these squares there are in what position, and the higher you put it up, the more defined the circle or torus will be. Then I'm going to leave it back at 48, and the same with these minor, it changes how it is, but I'm going to leave it at its default 12. Now here is where we're really going to use it, and since we're doing a donut, it's more, usually donuts are not like this, so usually they're maybe a little bit thicker and a little bit wider. So about here will be a good about size. So I'm done with that menu. So now that you've got this all set up, one thing I'm going to do is go over here to this little camera looking icon and press it and change this render engine from Eevee to Cycles. Eevee is a newer one, and Cycles is the old one that you would always use in old Blender, so I'm used to it, so I will be using that. So the next thing is I'll be showing you the modifier properties, which is right here in this tool menu, the wrench. Go over here to add modifier, and you see all these, but the one we'll be using right now is a subdivision surface. So you click on that, and then here you have this menu here. These two are what you're going to be using, but primarily viewport. Now as you see, viewport changes how many of these squares there are and how big they are. So the higher you put it, the more squares and the more defined they will look, but you don't want to put it too high, because as I'll show you, the higher you put it, the longer it takes to register that. So always want to leave it around 2 or 1. although 2 looks better and it won't do much. So now that I have that shown to you, I will show you how to go into edit mode and edit things from there. So how you go into edit mode is you press tab on your keyboard, and you see it'll be right here. So you have everything selected, and if you want to select one thing, right now you have vertices, so they are the little dots, and you can select different ones. And if you wish to select multiple, you hold shift and then you click on them, and then you can select multiple. If you want to select in a line, you hold alt and then press it, and that will select in the lines. So, and you can hold shift and alt and select multiple areas like this. So as you can see, that is a very useful thing you can do. Right here you can have this selected. If you wish, you can have up to here. So very useful thing. So what we're going to do is, we have this donut shape. We are going to be making the icing. So what we're going to do is, we are going to put it like this. We're going to go into the wireframe. How you do that is you press Z and you move the mouse over to wireframe, or from this menu you can press number 4 and it'll change it. Now this may look a little chaotic or weird, but you'll get used to it after a while doing Blender. And so as you can see, if we select something, so we can press C, which is a select, and using the scroll wheel grows or decreases the size of the circle which you select, and it's the same. Left click is selecting, middle mouse is deselect, so you can deselect. In wireframe, if you do this, you can press right mouse to exit. Go back to solid, you'll see it's not only selected here, but all the way over here as well. So wireframe will let you select everything in that path. So now that we have that, there's another way you can do it by pressing B, and that will make it a box that you can select with. And it's the same. Left to select and middle mouse to deselect. So as we go here, you can press B or C and you can select this top area here. And if most likely, if you did miss any of this, no big deal, you can just select all this on your own. Pretty easy to do. So once you have all of this done, you want to make sure you have all this selected, because that'll be very important. So I've got it all selected. I'm gonna press this button. We're gonna press Shift D, which is going to make it like this. What you want to do is press right click to snap it back, and then you're going to wish to put P, which is separate by selection. And now if you press tab again, and you can select this, and then as you can see up here, it has its own little name. There's no separate object. So let's go ahead and name that. If we move over here, icing, and then over here we'll name this. There we go. Now we have that named. So here we have the basic icing and the donut here. So now what we're going to do is, while we have the icing selected, we're going to go over here, add modifier, and we're going to solidify. And so what solidify does is, if you see here and you move this in either direction, as you can see from the outline, it grows in either direction. So mine is negative, but yours might be in positives, but should work all the same, and so you can make it in different shapes and sizes. So that is my first mini tutorial. I'll be making farther in this maybe. So yep, I will do this next time.